Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's only my second video now for this for the site for the dent, but it's going to be a quick one. It's just something I felt would be better explained in a video, to be honest. So I thought I would give it a go. I'm using a different mic than I usually do as well. I've gone back to the Yeti just for this, so it's easier because I can power it through the iPad Pro. So I'm giving that a go. So like I said, this is a very quick video about something that I saw. Matthew Castanelli, the former workflow employee guy, he spoke about it in his podcast Supercomputer. So I'll put a link to that in the notes at the bottom of this video. It's only the second video I've done, but I wanted to explain this, which I think would be better in a video. So let me just get to the point. So let me just fire up workflow here, or shortcuts even. The idea behind this, I've got a fair few shortcuts, but not millions of them, like some people do. Again, Matthew Castanelli, for example, has got thousands of them. So you've got a fair few. There are ways of backing them up, and there are things you can do with them, but this was a good idea, like I said, that Matthew had that I wasn't aware of before. So I wanted to show you a quick way of how you can back up shortcuts, and how you can kind of helps you rearrange them as well. So on top of shortcuts here, I'm just going to bring iCloud Drive up over here. So this is my shortcuts folder. Ignore what's in there, but I've created this backup folder here. I've already got two in here now, but I'll show you the same idea. So I've got these broken up, these things here. So these purple ones up here near the top, kind of music related. So let me try and back these ones up. So I'll create a new folder, let's call it music, and then go into there. And something I didn't know you could do, which is obviously the purpose of video, you can tap on these and then drag them over into there. You've then got them backed up, which is pretty cool. So let me just drag a few things over there. So that's obviously a kind of a basic start. You've got some stuff over this side, moved over from here, and you've got these backed up. But the good thing about kind of doing it like this is you can then remove them. So I've got kind of blue ones up here. I've got some red ones, sprinklings of various greens, different things. So I need you ideally want to organize these into something that makes sense. So like these green ones here are are like automation type things, turn on the TV and stuff. So say for example, if I take this playlist one, if I remove this one, just delete it. Then if you back everything up, move them over to the iCloud Drive here, you've got everything saved, and you can then put them back in. So if I backed everything up, organized in separate folders like I've got over this side. So far I've got an automation, a music, and a navigation one here. You can back everything up into there, remove everything from this side of the screen. You can then put everything back in and do it in the right order. So if that music one, for example, if I put this one back in, just dragged it over, drop it in. Maybe it doesn't. Try. I'm sure there's some way you can do it. Oh no, I know. I should have maybe tried this before I did the video, but I'm not recording it again. If you've ever listened to my podcast, you'll know I do the same with there. If I do something wrong, which is every time, I leave it. So what you do is you press on it, you see, and then it tries to import it over the side here. You just say get shortcut. This is just saying because it needs access to my music. Bump. But the good thing is once it's at this point, you can go to the configuration here. So it's already saved the color, you can see there, but I could change that at this point. So you put everything back in like a right theme. So say for example, this music folder, if I wanted to tag it, you could maybe tag it as something, perhaps if you wanted to keep the color right, but you could just say, in your mind or whatever, music are all purple. So you can then configure the purple here and put them all back in one at a time. So that's gone down to the bottom now, but because I've got everything else here. But if I plonk that back at the top, I can then order everything. So the good thing about this is I can back everything up, which is what I'm going to do later. Should be an exciting task for me. Back everything up, and then you can copy them all back in the right order, and you don't have to mess around with kind of saying I want this one over here, and I want this is a green, it should be over here, because you can see it's not the easiest thing to move stuff and now it's crashed, which is awesome. But that's the main point. It's when it's not crashing, that's a useful way of both backing up your shortcuts and also putting them back in the right order. So yeah, like I said, it was a nice quick one. If you've got any questions, put them down at the bottom and I'll get back to you. But remember, this isn't anything original of mine. I first heard it from Matthew Castanelli. I pretty much get a lot of my shortcuts information from him, so check out his channel and podcast. Thanks for watching if you have, and I will probably speak to you again. Thank you.